Okay, you know that feeling. You've spent hours out there, mowing, trimming, maybe finally tackling that monster hedge. You step back, feeling pretty good.
Ah, yeah, that moment of satisfaction.
Right. And then you turn around and see it. Just this huge pile of stuff. Branches, clippings, bags everywhere.
And suddenly that good feeling starts to fade a bit when you think about getting rid of it all.
Yeah,
City pickup has limits, right?
exactly. It can be a real headache. And that's what we're digging into today.
Okay.
We're looking at a service called Rapid Haul Away. They operate right here in Pierce County, helping folks deal with exactly this kind of yard waste problem.
So residential and commercial customers.
Yep, both. We're using info straight from their service description to understand how they might, simplify things for us.
Gotcha. Let's break down that yard cleanup headache a bit more then. It's not just the pile itself.
No, it's figuring out what goes where, how small you need to cut branches, how many bags you can even put out.
Right, the rules. And sometimes, after a big job, it feels like the cleanup is harder than the actual yard work you just did.
Yeah.
Multiple trips to the dump, maybe. Ugh.
Totally. So the solution Rapid Haul Away offers, based on what they say, is basically convenience.
Okay, how so?
They position themselves as the point and we haul solution. They come and take pretty much all types of yard waste in one go.
So you do the gardening, the trimming, whatever, and then you're actually done. Someone else handles the
That
mess.
seems to be the idea, and what they take is pretty extensive.
Okay, like what? Beyond just grass clippings.
Oh, yeah. Their list includes branches from tree trimming, and it sounds like they aren't super picky about size, which is a big plus.
That is a plus. Those bigger branches are always awkward.
Then you have the usual suspects, bags of leaves, grass clippings, but also tree stumps.
Wow, stumps. Okay, those are notoriously difficult to get rid of yourself.
Right, and extra dirt or soil, like if you've redone a garden bed, old sod too, landscaping debris in general.
So like rocks or old mulch, maybe?
It sounds like it falls under landscaping debris. They also specifically mention broken fencing, unused firewood, even like rotting lumber.
Okay, so it's bridging into stuff that's maybe been sitting around the yard for a while, not just the fresh clippings.
Exactly. And that's where it gets interesting because they also mention taking general yard clutter.
Like what sort of clutter?
Things like old hoses, broken planters, rusty old grills. Stuff you might normally have to figure out how to dispose of separately.
Ah, okay. So it's not strictly organic yard waste. That simplifies things if you're doing a big clear out. No need for multiple calls or trips.
Yeah, seems like it. And they mentioned being equipped for large items too, like
Yeah.
genuinely big branches or large amounts of dirt that your regular bin definitely couldn't handle.
That's a key difference from standard curbside pickup limitations, for sure.
And another big one they highlight is dealing with old structures.
Structures, like,
Old sheds and fences that need to come down. They apparently offer demolition and removal.
oh, wow. So they'll actually take it apart for you.
Seems so. And importantly, they say they take all the debris, the wood, the nails, any glass bits, the whole shebang.
That's a pretty complete service for those kinds of bigger projects. Gets rid of a major eyesore and all the associated junk.
Right. And they seem to anticipate questions. Like they emphasize again, all sizes of branches, no need for you to cut them down super small or bag everything perfectly.
Yes. To know.
Yeah.
A real time saver.
And clarifying the shed thing, yes, full demo and removal, not just hauling pieces you took apart.
Okay. And what about mixing? If you have yard waste and some of that other clutter like the grill,
They say mixed loads are fine, no need for you to sort it all out beforehand, just point to the pile, essentially.
that really streamlines the process then. Convenience seems to be the key theme.
Definitely. So if you're listening and you're in Pierce County, you're probably wondering, do they come to my area?
Yeah, where exactly do they operate?
They list a pretty wide service area in North Pierce County. Let's see. Bonnie Lake, Prairie Ridge, Sumner, Puyallup, Summit, Waller, Midland, Fife, Milton, Edgewood, Lakeland South, Federal Way,
So covering a good portion of the map there.
and Tacoma, Parkland, and Spanaway, too. Quite a few communities.
All right, so if you're in one of those spots and this sounds like it could work for you, how do you get in touch?
Seems straightforward. They list a phone number, 253-820-6311.
Okay.
And you can apparently text that same number, 253-820-6311, for quotes, or email rapidholloway@gmail.com.
Texting for a quote is pretty handy.
Yeah, and they also mentioned booking online, potentially with a 10% discount. Worth looking into.
Good tip. And you mentioned they do more than just yard waste.
Right, it's part of their broader junk removal services. So think furniture removal, full property cleanouts, getting rid of old appliances, other demolition work too.
So kind of a one-stop shop for clearing out unwanted stuff inside and out.
Seems like it. So wrapping this up, the picture we get from Rapid Holloway's info is a service focused on making yard waste disposal